Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Nerding Grounds. I'm Quinn, and today I'm going to be checking out this new game from Obsidian called Pentiment. I've heard good things, and it looks really intriguing. So, exciting. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, so I've actually taken quite a few medieval literature courses in my graduate program, so I'm very much into this. I may nerd out. And from what I've heard, Obsidian did a ton of work to just make everything as authentic as possible, so I think that's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, so far really loving the treatment with not only the font but all the art they're putting in the margins. This is a big part of medieval manuscripts. So we got a manuscript game. How exciting. An artist sleeps. An artist's mind. And the abbot said to me, Andreas, don't want you to distract the sisters in the library. I need you to finish the commission by the end of April. Keep your conversations with Brother Piero to a minimum. Isn't that much earlier than you were expecting? Yes, he had told me I had until the end of May. Asshole. And he's not going to pay you anymore, is he? He has no appreciation for the cost of your sweat. The yield of labor should not be measured in coin, but in personal satisfaction and self-improvement. Personal satisfaction doesn't put much food on the table, though, does it? Hee hee. How did you reply to the abbot, Andreas? I said I would do my best to get it done by the end of April. I told him I would be done when it was done sometime before the Ides of May. I shrugged on and kept working. I like this. That's what I like to hear. What's he going to do? Find someone else to finish our work before May? It's true, making enemies with the abbot may not be wise, but he needs your work. And the doing of the work is its own virtue, regardless of what the abbot may think. Despite the abbot's ire, you must endure. Soon you will have finished both the abbot's work as well as your masterpiece. And then you will return to Nuremberg, where marriage and your new life as a master await you. Yes, marriage to someone he never met, hardly ideal. Well, the alternative is becoming a philosopher. Oh, Jesus. Then you should definitely get married. Is she pretty at least? That's what my brother said in his letter, but maybe he's just trying to lift my spirits. The small portrait they sent was lovely, but we artists can be flatterers. Oh, who knows? That's not why I'm doing it anyway. It's growing late. The wheel of time stops for no man, Andreas. I fear you must leave us. Ah, true, your majesty. Will you visit again soon? Hopefully, but it's out of my control, Your Majesty. I don't know. Well, I can always dream of this place. Well, I can always dream of this place. Of course, if you're not here tomorrow night, I pray you'll be someplace as pleasant. Grobian, please see Andreas safely home. Of course, Your Majesty. Until next time, Andreas. Until next time, Your Majesty. Pay no mind to the other fools, Andreas. I never do. He's licking the boat? Okay. Ow. At least I would if they'd stop stepping on my feet. Watch where you're going. Hee, they're fools, Andreas. No point in trying to teach them anything. I know old John wants you to endure the abbot's shit, but since I take you home, I get the last word. Don't let him run you ragged, boy. I won't. The abbot can't push me around. He's just trying to keep order in the abbey. I'm an outsider. I'll be fine. I don't want to cause any trouble. Whoops, I didn't mean to click that. Right, an outsider he brought in. If he wants your work, he has to deal with you as you are. This is ridiculous. I love it. Gah! Would you please stop? I give up. Take me home, Grobane. Hee, as you wish, Andreas. Kind of got like a visual novel thing going on, I guess. We'll see. Good morning, Ursula. Good morning, Andrew. Time to get up. The Baron, April 1518. The Picatrix, Key of Solomon, the Heptameron. I'm not done. Prior Ferin keeps giving me all of Prior Ferin for rank? Whoa. Zoom? Whoa. What is happening? Oh, that's pretty neat. That's just so nerdy. I love it. I really like. I'm probably basing my my graduate like dissertation on medieval manuscripts. So like, I could be nerding out so much more than I am right now. I really should clean this up. Another day, another few pages for the abbot, and hopefully a few for myself. I need to get across town and head up to the abbey so I can start work at the scriptorium. Okay. Whoa. Oh, Lord. There's so much going on. Alright. Let's go down the stairs. Ursula. Andrew. Okay. Ursula does not have much to say to us. That's fine. You go on living your life. Clara. Good morning, Andreas. Did you sleep well? Quite well, actually, thank you. Ordinary as far as sleeping goes. Not well, but there's nothing to be done about it now. I'm gonna be polite. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. That's funny. Anyway, I know you'll be off to the abbey, so I packed you up some food. Almonds, cheese, and some of the rye you like from the Albans. Otto wanted me to ask you to join him for dinner at the abbey. Who's Otto? Wait. Oh boy. I don't know what this is supposed to be telling me, necessarily. Okay. Auto stop by? Same thing. Okay, but I can't get, like, more information, I guess? Okay. Yes, around dawn. Here you are, Andreas. That's too kind of you, Clara. Many thanks. Master Andreas, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, could we? Would it be too much trouble if you paid next month's rent today? And if we raised it by 2 groschen? I hate to ask, but we're behind on our taxes in the Abbey, 2 months behind. Peter's losing his hair over it, even more than usual, I mean. Who's Peter? This is Peter. I can't even look at the whole thing. I guess it's just to look at this. It's in Old English anyway. Of course it's no problem at all. Besides, we wouldn't want Peter to lose any more of his precious hair. I suppose it's not out of the question. Yes, I think I can manage that. We're so grateful, truly, Andreas, and I apologize for asking. It's just awful to be stuck in such a position. Our taxes get harder to pay every year. Peter works hard, but it just never seems like it's enough. Saint Luke bless you for helping us out. Christian evangelist and patron saint of artists and physicians, often represented by a winged bull. Okay. Speaking of St. Loon, how is your masterpiece coming along? It's been 2 months now, hasn't it? Luke. Same guy. Slowly, I'm afraid. Most of my days are spent doing work for the Abbey. It's only during the divine office that Prior Frank allows me to work on my masterpiece. Divine office, the prayer times observed by all the Christian monastic orders. Monks and nuns pray together 7 times a day and once a night, as dictated by the rule of Saint Benedict. And Frank is just this guy. Okay. A reasonable restriction, but slow going. The city council doesn't require to become a master. I'm making it mostly to show clients and for my own sake. And yes, when I do finish, I will go back to Nuremberg, where I will marry and open a workshop of my own. Free imperial city of the Holy Roman Empire, major trade center, and city of arts, including printing. From Nuremberg to a university and now traveling the world as an artist. What a life you have ahead of you, Master Andreas. Yes, I suppose it does feel like I'm starting a new chapter in my life after some wandering. Must be rather frightening, starting all over again. It is, but I know now that this is what I want to do. I owe it to my family to make something of my life. This will be remembered. They helped me even after I dropped out of university. I can't let them down. I'm sure you make your family proud, Andreas. Anyway, I don't know anything about art, but I've seen you sketching such beautiful things in your little book. Your masterpiece must be wonderful. Let's be humble. Well, it's hard to say until it's done. That's no way to think about it. I'm sure it will be a treasure when it's finished. Now I have to get back to my own work. Have a good day at the Abbey, Andreas, and we'll see you after Vespers for supper. A monastic hour at dusk, one of the major prayer hours. It is followed by supper. Yep. Not tonight, but thank you. Klaus Drucker invited me over for supper. Of course. Pleasure to say hello to the Druckers for us. Please say hello to the Druckers for us. I think they were right about the the font. It's a little hard to keep up with. Of course, until later, Clara. Eva. Hello, Andreas. Let's go to Gertner Farm. Doop 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 doop. Doop 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 doop. Hello, pizza. Andreas. That's it. Chickens. Ill, Peter. God bless you. Ah. Andreas. Ah, oh yes, Andreas. This weather's been awful. This town's gone to shit since my days. Can I look at God? Oh crap. Well, of course they wouldn't know how to do anything now. No one follows the old ways anymore. The old abbot didn't bother us much about our customs. He didn't mind if we left a little offering on the Bacchetta to keep the skies clear, the weather fair. Perchta, pagan goddess of the Alps associated with animals and spinning wool. She is still invoked by some Christians in Austria, Switzerland, Bavaria, and Swabia. Matthias knew that Christ was in our hearts, even if the White Lady's name was on our lips. Let's see. You think spirits have been following the weather since no one follows the customs anymore? Church has been on. You think the spirits have been following? Oh, yeah. Sharper than you look, eh? The saints weren't the first to watch over Tassing. My father knew that. Old Ranning Kemper knew that. Ranning Kemper, the late husband of Ottilia. That bastard abbot may not like it, but some of us keep the traditions alive. Like the old widow Ottilia? What do these traditions entail? When you get up in the night to take a piss, go around the right side of the house and never go back the same way. That way the witches don't steal your soul. Oh, how interesting. Cough, cough. I should go. Alright, God bless you. I like Il Peter. So he has nothing to say to us. No, he does. Morning, Andreas. Morning, Big Jog. How's it going? You working today? Just taking a rest for a bit. Dad's still in the field. He hit a big rock with the plough and it took me Lord knows how long to put it out. You off to the Abbey? Where else would I be going? Damn, Andreas, don't know. Just making conversation. Smells like a storm's coming, no? Huh? Just smells like fresh alpine air to me. You've been travelling too much. Where was it you spent your Wanderjaro before you came to Tussing? Wandering years during which a journeyman artist or craftsman travels far and wide to improve their skills. Where did I? Pick a background that will affect your character's choices going forward. Press and hold to confirm your choice. Basel. Andreas knows some Italian and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Basel and nearby Bern, Zurich, and Freiburg. Flanders. Andreas knows some Dutch and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Antwerp, Bruges, and Ghent. Italy. Andreas knows Italian, a little Greek, and can reference cultural touchstones from Florence, Venice, and Milan. I think I like Italy. Yeah. I've been to Greece. Italy, Florence for a while, but Venice and Milan as well. Italy, no wonder your senses are dull. You've been down there too long. Spend enough time in these mountains and you'll be able to smell a storm coming. How long will that take? 10, 15 years? I don't think I have that long, Big Jorg. What'd you spend all that time in Italy doing anyway? Other than art, I mean. Pick a background that will affect your character's choices going forward. Hedonist. Andreas seeks out pleasure wherever he goes. He is extremely social and quite experienced in all of the enjoyable vices of the world. Andreas lives and works and dedicates all of his time to his art. Bookworm. Andreas spends all of his non-working free time finding and reading as many books as he possibly can. Rapscallion. Andreas has a penchant for getting involved in petty schemes, pranks, minor crimes, and fistfights. Businessman. Andreas devotes much of his time to self-promotion, optimizing business expenses, making investments, and balancing his books. I guess I'm going to go with... kind of feeling craftsman or bookworm. Let's go with bookworm. Why not? Reading mostly and talking about books. I couldn't get enough of it. Venice is filled with incredible printers. Florence continues to illuminate beautiful manuscripts. And the books that they produce are treasures, every one. I didn't realize that books meant that much to you. I've seen Father Thomas's Bible and a few other books. Haven't had much use for reading, though. I guess this is Father Thomas. Anyway, I have to get going. Jorg, let's go. Dad's already acting like I'm talking too long, even though I did all the work to get that rock out. See you later, Andreas. Until later. Alright. I can't not read in voices in this game. It just seems like too fitting. This is what these people sound like in my head, so. Going to the town commons. Endris. Hello, Andreas. Nope, he has nothing to say. Endris Schmidt's smithy. It's so much smaller than the one he uses at the Abbey. Okay. Alright. Martin. What? Hetty? Can I go this way? What? Martin, please, can you give me a hand here? What do you want? I'm keeping an eye on them. That looks a lot like standing there and doing nothing. Martin, for Christ's sake, help your cousin. Morning, Andres. Excuse us. One of the fence rails fell and the sheep started hopping it. Is there something I can do to help? Have you ever handled sheep before? Well, no. Then no, but thank you. Christian of you to offer. Oh, look, there's something going on up at this Steinauer's place. Who's that on the horse? Looks rich. I don't know, Martin, but Lucky's giving him an earful. I haven't seen Lucky that worked up since Peter and Clara's wedding when Johan pulled his pants down. Whoa, there's a lot going on in here. No, I wanted to read it. Knock two a man's teeth out. You don't want to feel the strength behind a stonemason's anger. Do you think he's noble? He looks really rich. Damn it, Martin. Stay out of trouble for once. God damn it. What, Aunt Hetty? Behave yourself. Don't you have enough to deal with right now? Andreas, if you wouldn't mind moving your skinny little body up the road, we need to get the shape under control. Of course, see you later. Help your aunt and cousin, alright? Eat shit, Andreas. Wow. Rude. Veronica. Hello, Andreas. Church and Druckers. Klaus. Oh, you are speaking and printing press. That was cool. Morning, Andreas. How's it going? Morning, Klaus. Another day at the Abbey. A few hours to work on my masterpiece. Good to hear. You're still coming by for supper tonight? Mary and Bert would love to see you. Marie. And Bert. You really need to see these new woodcuts I have for Italian edition of Till Eulenspiegel. The titular Till Eulenspiegel is the titular character of popular 15th century book. Till is a prankster, continuing exposing the vices and hypocrisy of others. He's also quite skilled at tricking people into smelling, touching, or eating his excrement. I didn't realize Father Taoist let you print books in Italian. Come on, Andreas, he's not that strict. I know he's just trying to protect people from... Witch Mania? Oh god, don't say that, Andreas. We're less than a day's ride from Innsbruck. Innsbruck, capital of the Austrian county of Tyrol and capital of the Austrian country of Tyrol and major stop on the imperial road connecting Italy and Bavaria. It is the closest major city to Kiersau Abbey and Tassing. Notably, it was also the site of the witch trials in 1485. Interesting. No need to get people around here worked up about the witches again. Besides, don't talk about witches around Father Thomas. Just a bad idea. Good to know. So supper tonight after Vespers? Of course, thank you. Great. I'll tell Mary and Bert you're coming. See you then. See you later. Thanks, old guy. And who are you? It's Thomas. I remember him. Bless Master Mayor, I hope your week is going well. Thank you, Father. It's going quite well. I'm just on my way up the hill to get to work. Good, Andreas. Don't recall seeing you at Sunday morning Mass. You understand how important it is for your salvation you receive the Holy Communion, don't you? I do, but I've been working on sketches late at night and... Yeah, sure. Andreas, this is about more than your success in this life. There's another... Oh my, what a blessed day to receive such illustrious visitor. Master Mayor, this is Lawrence Baron of Rothvogel, a great lord from the countryside near Worms. What's Worms? Prosperous imperial free city in the western part of the empire. Located at the Rhine River, Worms has been the site of many imperial diets. Okay. Good to see you, Father Thomas. It's nice to be remembered fondly. I only wish all of your neighbors were as welcoming. Well, yes. What brings you back to our little town? My wife and I are here returning from a trip to Venice. We spent a few days in Innsbruck, and it was terribly dull. Capital of Austrian country of Tyrol. Yeah, read that. Venice, one of the most powerful republics in the Italian peninsula, sitting the northwest coast of the Adriatic Sea. Venice is a major center for commerce and art in southern Europe. This is the Nerding Grounds educational hour, so thank you for joining. I mean, it has a certain charm coming to these Alpine cities, but the place was crawling with nobles for the Emperor's diet. The Emperor? Was he there? Did you see him? Oh, briefly, but he was sitting for a portrait at the time. Quite lovely. I didn't want to bother him or the painter. Alright, we have an option that's unique. How was Venice, my lord? I lived there only a few years ago. Oh, fascinating. Well, the city's... Jews? The city's Jews now live in their own quarter in the north. The city's artists are still producing wonderful work. Titian, in particular, is a god. No offense, father. Of course. Anyway, my wife wanted to stay a bit longer in Innsbruck, and I decided to ride ahead to make a visit to Kirsau. Nope, we already looked at that. I heard Father Matthias died shortly after my last visit, of course. Abbot of Kirsau before Father Gernot, widely respected by the monks and nuns as well as the people of Tassig, known for his kindness and his love of books. A great loss for the abbey and for us all. Indeed, by good fortune, I recently came across a copy of the Historia Tassiae he was reading during my last visit. Tassiae, an account of the early history of Tassing. Kirsau's previous abbot, Father Matthias, had a copy. Baron Rothvogel brought another to the abbey as a gift. Father Matthias was hoping to find a second copy to corroborate the contents of the first. It contains some fascinating details about the history of this place. I'm afraid they might even cause a bit of a scandal, eh? Ah, yes, But I must be off. There would be time enough to discuss Tasfing's past later. I commissioned a manuscript for the abbey through Father Gernot, and I have come back to check on its progress. So that guy. Oh my lord, if you've come to see your manuscript, you should speak with young Master Mailer here. Not quite a true master yet. I still have to marry and be approved by our city council. Andreas is a journeyman artist from Nuremberg. For the next few months, he's also helping in the abbey's scriptorium, a room for writing, illustrating, and illuminating manuscripts. Though typically associated with monasteries, they have disappeared from almost all abbeys by the 16th century. A Nuremberg artist working in abbey scriptorium in 1518? Oh, we should talk, Andreas. I must know the story. Surely, my lord, Of course, my lord, it would be an honor. Wonderful, it's so rare to find someone in the countryside who knows anything about art. Thank you for the introduction, Father Thomas. Come to supper at the abbey tonight. I'm inviting you to the abbot's table. Did the abbot invite me? Oh, don't worry about it, Father. Just show up after Vespers. What is he going to do? Refuse us? Excellent. We will see you then. Miklaus, I'm dismounting. Run ahead of us and take the horses to the abbey's guest house. I'd like to take my time talking with Master Mailer. I'll meet you there. At once, my lord. So then, a journeyman from Nuremberg. Forgive me for saying so, but you seem a little old to not yet be a master. Are you unmarried? No, I'm not married, but in truth I came to my vocation later than my father and brothers. I was in university for a number of years at Erfurt. Erfurt is one of the most populous cities in the empire and is located near its heart. It has been home to a respected university since 1379 and is a center for humanist thought. Erfurt, wonderful, the same university as Martin Luther. Have you read his works? Tremendous mind. An abhorrent racist. A priest and professor of theology at the University of Wittenberg, controversial for his opinions on the church's sale of indulgences to forgive sin, which were recently published and distributed throughout the empire. An abhorrent racist. He says things about the church that should have been said years ago. Might get him into trouble, but he's a brave and brilliant man. Wait, you may have even met him. Did you? You must tell me. No, he was a few years ahead of me. His ideas don't hold much interest for me, I'm afraid. Oh, nonsense. Even if you disagree with him, how can the ideas not hold your interest? I wonder if the good brothers of the Abbey have heard of him. Perhaps they have even read his list of 95 theses against the Church. A list of propositions against the Church's practice of selling indulgences for the remission of sin. It was written in 1517 by Martin Luther. Father Matthias was not above having a lively debate. I hope Father Gernot does not disappoint in that regard. But enough about Luther for now. Tell me about your university studies. Forgive me, Baron, but did you attend university? You seem very well educated. Ha, no, my family's merely wealthy enough to have provided me with all of the books and tutors a child could dream of. I love all knowledge, from Aristotle and Cicero to Ficino and Erasmus, and everyone in between and yet to come. Aristotle, Greek philosopher and student of Plato, renowned as a polymath, he wrote on a wide variety of subjects. His work is extensively cited by current scholars, and even more work is attributed to him than he could have ever written. Erasmus of Rotterdam, a Dutch priest and philosopher who's preeminent among northern humanists, he's known for his works in Latin and Greek as well as his calls for reform within the Church. Cicero is a statesman, scholar, lawyer, renowned orator for the late Roman Republic. He's revered both for his contributions to Latin literature and his skill at rhetoric. Ficino, Marsilio Ficino was a 15th century Italian priest and humanist who was one of the leading figures of the Italian Renaissance. He is well known for his translations from the work of Plato into Latin. There you go. I may have misjudged the Baron. It seems he is as well-read as any university student. In truth, I am simply happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now then, did you earn your doctorate? No, I didn't. Only a master's degree. I started working toward a doctorate, but didn't finish. Oh, that's a shame. Well, what was your area of study? Theology. Andreas, a strong understanding of Catholic theology, biblical knowledge, canon law, heresies, and similar subjects. Imperial law. Andreas knows the basic of the fractured systems of law that govern the various states of the Holy Roman Empire. Medicine. Andreas is familiar with the basics of human biology, medicine, and illness. I'm going to go with theology. As odd as it may seem. Not odd at all. It's a good field of study if you want a position in the Church. My late uncle was the abbot of Fulda. I spent many years reading the manuscripts in their library with his permission. A town built around old Benedictine Abbey near the center of the empire, Fulda's abbots are imperial princes and wield great power. He was a pious enough man, I suppose, but he wielded great power from that abbey. You. If I had any faith, I would have prayed you'd never show your face around here again. Artilia. Curse you, Lorenz, Rothwoggle. Perchance dogs tearing you to pieces would be too kind a fate. Oh, yeah, we read that earlier. These rustic communities display a shocking lack of hospitality, don't you think? What was that about? Who knows, by the time I finish guessing, the old crone will probably be dead. Sick burn. Well, what of your early time in university? Every student must study the trivium and quadrivium. Trivium and quadrivium represent the lower and upper divisions of classic liberal arts university education. Latin grammar, logic, and rhetoric form the trivium. Arithmetic, geometry, music, and astronomy form the quadrivium. Did you have a favorite subject? Latinist. Andreas has a strong command of Latin grammar, vocabulary. He can also easily recall sententiae antiquae, quoted words of wisdom from the Roman Republic Empire. Logician. Instinctively thinks through the implications of information as he receives it, is adept at spatial analysis, and can easily perform complicated calculations in his head. Orator. Excelled in rhetoric at university. He's a skilled teacher, persuader, and public speaker. Occultist. Andreas knows a soul-endangering amount of theoretical and practical knowledge on alchemy, astrology, theology, necromancy, and various magical rites and ceremonies. Heavens and earth. Andreas knows a great deal about the constellations, heavenly bodies, and their movement. He's also familiar with various plants and animals from study and personal experience. Huh. Kind of want to go through. I'm going to go with occultist. I use my access to the university's library to pursue more esoteric texts. Oh, esoteric how? Mystical texts, books on alchemy, invoking spirits, divination, purely academic, of course. It's like the Horcruxes in Harry Potter. Of course. I started with Ficino's Corpus Hermeticum, and my interest only deepened from there. A compilation of 17 religious and philosophical treatises encompassing the soteriology of Hermes Trismegistus, or Thrice Great Hermes. The centuries-old texts reflect Egyptian, Greek, and Jewish traditions and ideas, and were translated into Latin in the late 15th century by Marsilio Ficino and Lodovico Lazzarelli. I'm probably butchering so many of these names. Ficino. Quite interesting, Andreas. I'll make some time to speak with you more about this topic during my stay. I look forward to it, my lord. And your other studies? Was there anything else you excelled at? Oh, I get a second one. I'm going to go with orator. The art of persuasion, naturally. Rhetoric. I assume you've studied the Greeks and Romans both. Yes, Aristotle and Cicero, of course, but also Christian thinkers like Augustine and Thomas Aquinas. Thomas Aquinas, an immensely influential philosopher, theologian, and jurist in the tradition of scholasticism. Augustine, Aristotle, Greek philosopher and student of Plato, we read that. Augustine, St. Augustine of Hippo, was an early Christian philosopher, theologian, and bishop of Hippo Regius. He is recognized as a doctor of the church and is most known for his works, The City of God, and his autobiographic Confessions, as well as the development of the doctrine of original sin. True, we have less use for public discourse and senators did the Roman Empire. Exactly. The doctors of the church weren't trying to persuade politicians, but to move the mind toward Christian truth. Still, the principles remain the same. Invent your arguments, then argue style, and internalize them before delivering them to your audience. Splendid, though I suppose the art is as little use for rhetoric, especially in a place such as this. Not true. Rhetoric is also an art. And line other forms of art, like other forms of art, it should be created for the audience and its purpose. It can be practiced easily from the streets of a rural town, as in the Curia of Rome. Rome. Though outshone by its northern neighbor Florence, Rome is still the seat of power for the Catholic Church and an impressive center for the arts. Well put. Ah, there's the abbey. I have good memories of this place and of Father Matthias. It was sad to hear of his passing. Abbot of Curacao before Father Gernot, widely respected by the monks and nuns as well as people of Tassing, known for his kindness and his love of books. How did you come to know him? How did you come to know of Curacao at all? My family have been patrons of the Curacao for I don't know how many generations. Some years ago I heard that Curacao still had a wonderful library and artisans. Professional artists have taken over most manuscript production, so I was shocked to find an active scriptorium here. The artists that remain here are a bit old-fashioned. I need to start reading that before I click it. Well, Curacao is more than a bit old-fashioned. Some of my friends think I'm mad for commissioning a manuscript from an abbey in this day and age. But, while my family have been patrons of Curacao for generations, it seems wrong to stop now while there's still talent here. I commissioned a manuscript through Father Gernot a year ago. I thought I would stop by and check on the progress. Wait, are you the artist working on it? It's a prayer book with 20 illustrations. I know the work, but no, I do not know the artist well, the venerable brother Piero. But I do know the artist well. That guy. How venerable. He still has his wits and his skills, if that's what concerns you. Brother Piero has an incredible talent with color. And I very much look forward to seeing it. Nicolaus, tend to the horses and the baggage. I'm heading up to the abbey. Yes, my lord. Well, let's not keep the abbot waiting any longer. Nuns. Quite unusual for a Benedictine house to have monks and nuns, even if they are separated. Benedictine. Founded in the 6th century, the Benedictines are a Christian monastic order that observes vows of obedience, poverty, chastity, and stability under the rule of Saint Benedict of Nursia. The church closed most of them centuries ago. But then Curacao is a place out of time in more ways than one. Do you know Mother Cecilia? She seemed to recognize you. We are acquainted, yes. Let's leave it at that. Ah, you must be Father Gernot. I am Lorenz, Baron of... Yes, the Baron of Rothfargo. So wonderful to have you here again. We actually did meet on your last visit. Ah, if you say so. I'm not good with remembering faces. Please forgive me, my lord. But I wasn't expecting you for another few days. Yes, I know, but I wrote ahead. Just couldn't wait to see my manuscript. I'm sure it's no trouble. No, it's no trouble. Did you want to see it now? Oh, in a moment. I could do with a bit of refreshment, though. May I grab something from the kitchen? Yes, certainly, my lord. I will meet you there. Andreas, I don't know what you're doing with the Baron, but I'll need you in the scriptorium now. Why are you taking this out on me? He's not my problem. Shit, I should have asked him about an advance on Gertner's taxes. Fuck. Maybe I could just convince Brother Matthew to pay me early. Oh, Lord. That's Matthew, huh? Alright, well, I'm going to call an episode there, because this is a very text-heavy game, and, you know, I like this. I'll probably continue playing it, but unless someone wants me to do it on the channel, I don't know if I'm going to... If someone leaves a comment on this video and says they want me to continue going through this very story and text-heavy game, I surely will, with all of my voices, why not? But yeah, there's so much style at work here. It's very interesting. I think I expected a little more... I thought there would be a little more of a game as far as navigating outside of the panels, but it looks like it's mostly for information. That might change, so keep in mind. I think I saw from some, previous videos and sneak previews and stuff that there might be some more, some more elements here when it comes to navigating the manuscript pages. It just may take a little while for that to get going. But yeah, this is pretty cool. And it's on Game Pass if you're subscribed to that. So check it out. Yeah, and again, let me know if you want me to continue going through this on the channel. I surely will do that. But thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend and enjoy. Bye.